Okay, the thing up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Carly, Cynthia, Deborah, our little mini Saturday or Sunday crew.
Mm-hmm. It's cold.
You're cold?
I am. It's always colder downstairs than it is upstairs. Takes me.
Heat rises.
Yeah.
Getting
All right.
our timer.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
All right, ready?
All right, guys, let's do it. 30 minutes.
Time's up.
Okay. Oh, more people are here. The word seamstress. I think she's new. Oh, she's in India. She crossed her daily goal. Good. So who do I see? David, Rebecca.
You ready?
Yep, Megan. Good morning. Oh, and Willie. Let's do it.
Time's up.
Bing. Rebecca says she's been reading her book through 3 nanos, but you know what? It's totally was worth all the work. It's such a good story. I started with an outline and I thought I knew where the story was going. Yeah, that is my experience every time when I plot. That's why when people are like, I can't plot, it's too rigid. No, not for me anyway. It's just kind of like some guidelines. What's going on in Ninja Writers today? We have Working Writer at noon and while or their Ninja Ride Along fiction call at 3, and the write in at 5:30.
And we have a write-in at 5:30. Those are all of those are in the club, and then we have Overcoming Writing Resistance in the Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
That is it.
Okay, so how did you do on your? I'm just making notes still.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like I have no idea which direction I want to go. Like I'm supposed to start writing tomorrow and I don't know what to do.
Why do you not, what are you confused about?
Well, I can't decide if I want it to be a YA or a middle grade. And I don't know if I want it to be contemporary or to have some magical realism. And I was thinking today about setting it like contemporary to the photo album. So that would be like, say, early 1900s. And then I thought I could do like a braided story and have like a girl who finds the album now, and then also tell the story of the girl who's in the album.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Like a Princess and the Bride or the Princess Bride type story.
No, because the Princess Bride is like 90% the Princess Bride story. It would be, I'm trying to think of a story like it. Do I know any stories like it? It would be like, so the idea I have is that a girl finds an album in the attic or a trunk or something, and it has her name on it. So her name is the same name as the girl who's in the album. And then there's some sort of a mystery, I think. And so there's like a contemporary mystery, and in order to solve it, she needs to solve the mystery of the album. And so we get the story of the girl who's in the album and her own story. So but I'm trying to decide if the girl should be 12, which would make it a YA, I mean a middle grade, or if she should be like 15 or 16, which would make it a YA.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you should just choose a direction and go because I think that the
What is
age.
that noise? Do you hear that? Like a
Yeah, that's
Oh, it's your dog. Oh,
that's
I was like,
me.
what is that?
She was scratching herself, and her
Hmm.
collar was jingling. Um, Rebecca says it kind of sounds like Earwig and the Witch.
Mm.
I've never heard of that.
I haven't heard of that either, but I'm writing it down right now. Is that a YA, Rebecca?
It sounds like a middle grade to me.
I don't
Like the
know.
film.
Huh?
Oh, it's an anime.
Oh.
Hmm.
I have this photograph album.
Well, it's not an anime. It's like this is a cartoon film movie.
Oh, is it a Jiggly or whatever? The hold on, I'm gonna get my album. Studio Ghibli or Ghibli or whatever it is that Ruby likes.
I
What's
don't
the one with
know.
the little fish?
Yeah,
Pongo, whatever.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No,
I-
Ruby likes that one Japanese Ghibli.
Yeah.
Ghibli, yeah.
Oh, it's a book, but they Ghibli made it into a movie. Okay. All right, it's time. You
All
ready?
right, maybe after we can spend a few minutes talking about my story,
All
if you
right.
have time.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. That was a big yawn.
How did you do?
I did okay. I just kept thinking about my book, my news story.
I was working on a blog post.
Rebecca says that Irrigan the Witch is middle grade. I'm gonna have to look that up. It's got a great title. How'd everybody else do?
Ooh. Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Deborah got past 50,000 words.
What? Yay, Deborah. That's amazing.
Nice.
You won NaNoWriMo. Woohoo. Carly got 1,200 this morning. Leanne got 238. The poor girl's name is Earwig. Jason got 409. Everybody's celebrating for Deborah. Woo-hoo. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing.
Yeah. That is. Oh, sorry. I'm tired this morning. Good job.
Oh, this is 6th time Deborah's won. Awesome. Still proud of you.
David made some progress on a blog post about a strategy for busking. And
Oh yeah, that's playing a like if you played a guitar with your case open for donations. I think that's what that is. He can tell me. I didn't even know that David was a musician. That's interesting info.
Alrighty.
Deborah wrote 50,000 words in 2 weeks. That's craziness. I got it right. I got busking right.
Interesting.
So I have this photo album. I feel like I'm going to show people. See if I can show people. I have to remember that my camera's right here. So there's her name is Suzanne. How do you say that, Adrian? Mugo?
Yeah.
Mugiot. She was born on August 13th, 1894. And so there's like a photo of her as like when that's the day after she was born. And then there's just all of these photos. Like there she is with her mom. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? And baby photos. And she's got, look, there she is as a baby. She's got the most interesting face. And you would recognize her face. Like, there she is in 1895 with her older sister and a baby doll. But then as it goes on, she's like in costumes.
Aw.
It's like little Bo Peep or something over there. And then there's one. This is my favorite one, I think. Oh, look, there's one where she's like at a writing desk. That's in 1899. There's another one with her sister.
Nice.
And then there's one where she, like, then she starts to get in more elaborate costumes. Like, there she is as a little fisher boy. And then as, like, an old woman reading the newspaper. And there's, like, she's bringing a basket of food to somewhere. And there she's, like, Marie Antoinette. She lives in Paris. I don't know if you're seeing these very well.
Yeah,
but anyway, and then there's like in the back of the album, there's these oh my god, where did they go? Oh, there they are. There's these loose photos, and it shows photos of her like in as an adult,
Oh.
and all the way up to an old like where she's an old woman. Can you
Yeah.
not very
Okay.
well. And then there's one of her with her cat.
Aw. Oh, cool.
And I've researched her, and there's just nothing. I found her like something on Ancestry, that just shows when she died, and she died in the she lived a long life. She died in the 19 like I want to say the early 1970s.
Oh, wow.
And she was born in 1894, so she was in her 80s.
Wow.
Look at this one's really pretty.
That is.
Anyway, so I have this album that I bought from a woman who lives in Paris, and then she had, I don't know where she got this, probably at an estate sale or something. She doesn't know anything else about the woman, and she didn't have anything else belonging to her, which I wished that she had. I would have bought it. But I thought this would make a great, I don't know, foundation for a book if I could figure out the story. So I was thinking about having a story where like a contemporary girl finds this album, and she's got the same name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it would be like her great grandmother, maybe, or even older, because my great grandmother was born in around this time, like late 1890s, and that would make her your great great grandmother, and that would make or Ruby's great great grandmother. So she would have to be like that. Possibly you could get away with it being a great grandmother, but no soon closer than that, unless I said it in the past. But I think I need a mystery, like a double mystery. So a mystery that the contemporary girl, is trying to solve about her own life. And then there's also a mystery surrounding the girl in the photos. And I have this, well, it's kind of fictional, but it's really heavily based on the town where we live now. In Pennsylvania, that I've been developing, and that I think I could set like a bunch of stories in, and I call it Convergence, Pennsylvania, where lots of or where two rivers meet in the town, so it's called Convergence. And Pennsylvania has a habit of having towns that have like funky just words that are the name of the town. So I thought that I like that name. Anyway, so if it's set in Convergence, and Warren has a very large, very creepy mental hospital that's very gothic, and would have been built, it would have been about 20 years old in 1890s. I think it was built in 1870s. So I thought I could include that somehow. But as I was thinking about it today, the photos, because I was like, well, someone in this girl's life was a photographer. They had to have been. These photos are very well done, and they're just very deliberate. They're not snapshots. They're someone has dressed her and posed her, and started taking very just like gorgeous photos of her in infancy, like at birth. And so probably one of her parents or somebody in her life was a photographer who did this. And I thought it made me start thinking about oh, for heaven's sakes, Lewis Carroll and Alice Liddell, who was Alice, from Alice in Wonderland, and like kind of like there's always this undercurrent of rumor about his
Mhm,
relationship with her, and that he was, she was his muse, and was it appropriate and whatever. And I thought,
mhm,
maybe this girl finds this album, and her great grandmother, or it wouldn't even have to be a grandmother, it could be like a great great
mhm,
aunt, or someone though that she's been named after, you know
mhm,
um was a muse of this photographer from birth.
mm,
And so there's like the mystery of that, and
hmm.
then some kind of her own mystery that she's solving, or her own problem that she's solving as she's figuring out the mystery of the original Suzanne.
Mm. What if, like, I don't know,
Thinking it
um, what if what if you, like, loosely based this on, like, Lewis Carroll? And,
Well,
like,
I mean, it's obviously not,
well, it's not, but,
about
like,
that,
what if
but
there's I mean, you
I
could
think I can be
have it, like,
inspired by it.
yeah, you could have it, like, there's, I don't know, there's, something about whoever took the photos, or, like, wrote a book about, like, the something about the great grandmother's
Well, I
story
feel like it can't
became
be too,
popular. I
like, it
kind of like
can't be that he wrote, like, whoever took the photos also wrote a book, and then because she would be so famous that the woman would know why she was named, or the girl would know why she was named Suzanne, and she would know the story already. So it
hmm.
has to be something that happened,
I was
but
thinking
that
kind of
is
like,
not known.
have you seen that Jennifer Aniston movie that's like the where she finds out that her mother is the person that the book The Graduate was written about?
No,
You've never seen that?
I've
It's
never even
not
heard of
not
it.
like I mean, it's fictionalized because The Graduate was not actually written about anybody, like, real, but, you've never
No, I'm
seen that
gonna
movie?
no. How old is it?
Oh, like, the 2000s.
Uh-uh.
I can't believe you've never seen that movie. It's on
I've
Netflix.
never even
I
heard
can't
of
remember what
it.
it's called. It's on Netflix, though. But
Hmm.
something like that, where she, like, finds out that both her mother and her grandmother are 'cause, I mean, have you read or seen The
I
Graduate
know the
movie?
story. I've seen The Graduate, but I didn't even know that there was a movie.
What is it called?
I don't know.
Um, Jennifer
I know I'm on her Wikipedia page, and there's
Rumor
nothing.
has it.
Rumor has it.
Yeah, it came out in 2005.
Hmm.
Well, like that, I don't know, it could be interesting. I don't know, if you were gonna do it in a way where your main character didn't know, like, that this was a real person, but, somebody that was in her family, like, it could be a rumor that it was a real person, but maybe she didn't know. Like, that's what this in the movie, it's a rumor that the people in The Graduate, like, that it was a real person, like, in the community that that Jennifer Aniston character grew up in. And, but, like, she didn't know it was her family that it was written about.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, it could be something like that. I would either have to set the contemporary part of the story also in the past, and then the past story past, way further past, or I would have to make the photo album more modern, although I hate to do
Mm.
that.
I don't think you need to make it more modern.
Well, well, no, I'm just saying.
the further removed it is, the less likely she's gonna know. Like if you were to do it like that this some there's some sort of famous story that's connected to this that like the older the photo album is, I think the less likely your main character, your contemporary main character is to know that her family is connected to this rumor, right?
Mhm. Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, that's where I am thinking of going in this story, something like that.
Mhm.
But I am trying to decide if I want the contemporary character to be a young, like a middle grade, or if I want her to be older, and then it could be a and then it would be a YA.
Mm. Ooh, Deborah's got a creepy idea.
Yeah, I had my first idea was that there would be some sort of time travel or something involved, but I
Mhm.
kind of decided I'm not sure that I want it to be that fantasy.
Mm.
But many of these photos are just super haunting.
Yeah. I
And
kinda
they're
like the idea of it being a young adult book.
yeah.
But
In
I
most
think
of these
also I'm
photos, like if
yeah.
she's the oldest that she is 10 in the ones where she's in costume.
Well, if I think if you were to make the contemporary character like a young adult, well, I don't know. I think maybe that gives you more room to kind of explore some darker topics if you wanted to, but
Well, I had this idea that the original Suzanne ended up at the state hospital and
mhm.
that the modern Suzanne like somehow investigates that, and it would be very difficult for a 12-year-old to do that.
Yeah.
um
I think I like the idea of
Even a
her
15
being
or
older.
16-year-old, it would be more I mean, it would still be like ridiculous, but it would be more plausible
Mhm.
for her to like
Mm.
to make it believable that she does research about or breaks into the hospital and finds the record or
Mhm.
something. But it's going to be harder to believe that a 12-year-old would do that.
Yeah.
They can all end up in the asylum. Oh my
Well,
god.
and if you make her a young adult, then because your book that Elizabeth has right now, your agent has
It's a
a young
contemporary
adult and
YA.
also kinda deals with some, like, mental health issues, that this could be because usually I feel like, when a book goes
I
out to
would
auction, they
definitely
wanna know what
enjoy
other
writing this
stories you
one.
have, don't they?
I would enjoy writing this one roughly 5,000 times better
Well, I
than I
know, yeah,
enjoyed
but
writing
it would be
the book.
I feel like it would be in a similar vein, so maybe it could be something that your agent could
I
sell
think
sometime.
yeah, it could be. I think that it would be interesting if there's something going on with a modern Suzanne that
Mhm,
she processes through her investigation of her ancestral Suzanne.
mhm,
And so she learns this story of Suzanne, and it helps her to process what's happening to her in her life.
mhm.
So there's some parallel there, and then that parallel can almost feel like magical realism.
Yeah.
um
What if there's something kind of her mom is having some mental health issues
no,
or
I was thinking more along the lines of, because I've already written a book about a mom with
mm,
mental health issues, because that would be the astonishing maybe.
that's
I
yeah.
was thinking of more along the lines of like like there's something going on in her own life that's
Mhm.
like bordering on inappropriate, but
Yeah.
not enough that she like it's affecting her, but it's not like in your face inappropriate. And so she's like it's affecting her and she's processing that. And in the process of processing it, she finds this photo album and it's clearly her ancestor because she's got the exact same name.
Mhm.
So I need to figure out how you pronounce M-O. Any French speakers out there?
What, let me see it again.
It's
See if I can look up on my how to pronounce
Mougeot.
how to pronounce
Mou Mugo
MOU
Geot.
Moujwa.
Moujwa, Suzanne Moujwa. But how would an English like how would that be like
I
anglicized?
mean, well, j- uh, oh, we don't have a OT in English. Does not make a wa sound.
Moujwa, Mougeot, Moujot.
Mu, mu, mugo.
Like look and see if you can see a anglicization of MOU GEOT.
Says it's a French surname that's used globally.
Moujwa. I'm just wondering how like would Suzanne Moujwa. What a wonderful name.
That is.
Mogian. Like I wonder how an American would say that word or like how it would have
Mhm.
English version of of Moujwa. Moujwa. Oh, it's a great name.
Hmm.
Um,
Wonder what it means.
Jean Baptiste Moujwa was a French physician and botanist.
Hmm.
Wonder if he was related to the Suzanne. Yeah, I think that's I like that idea the best of all the ones I've come up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I do too. Wonder what. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, you could add in something like instead of changing the meaning, if you're like when grandpa's family came over from France, like their last name was De Lamar, and they like when they went through immigration or Ellis Island or whatever, they dropped the day.
Mm-hmm.
So they could just because they wanted it to I don't know. I don't know if it was I mean, it could have been that they wanted to I would not be surprised if it was that they wanted it to sound more American because I know that there are stories that they named grandpa what they named him because they wanted him to sound like wanted him to have a really like his sister's name was Jacqueline and his brother's name was Marcel and they wanted him to have a really Americanized.
So they named him Roger.
Yeah, Roger Williams. Roger
They
Williams.
gave him a super.
I know. It and so I would not be surprised. Like well, I guess there's no way, it could be that I think it was pretty common when you during that time when people were coming through like Ellis Island and things like that, there were so many people that the people that were writing it down just like made mistakes when they were writing, recording the name or whatever. But I think also, it could be plausible that they just dropped the day because they wanted to be more American.
Yeah.
So,
I can't find an anglicized version of Moujwa. Interesting. I don't know, but I feel a little bit weird about like adding something unsavory to this poor girl. Like this girl's life that she was a real person. I don't know.
well, I mean,
She definitely was not famous or anything though. I can't find anything else
yeah.
about her.
I mean, obviously, she must have not. I mean, I don't. Maybe she doesn't even have any. I mean, her family sold the got rid of
Yeah,
her photo album. So, I mean, might not even really have any close family members left.
true. True.
You
I
could
don't know.
change the name too
Yeah.
if you wanted to, and just then, it was inspired by.
I know her birthday and I know she lived in Paris, or she was born at least in Paris. And the only thing I've been able to find of her is on Ancestry. I found what has to be her like birth and death, like the day that she died, like some sort of a record.
Hmm.
So I know she lived to be 80-ish. Let me see if I can find that again. It's very fascinating to me though. So her first name is Suzanne. Oh, I forgot how to spell it. Mougeot. And she was born in 1893 in Paris. No, not Paris, Texas. What?
What?
Paris.
Hmm.
I put Paris and it like defaulted to Paris, Texas, which how odd, but oh yeah, no, see I see an older Suzanne Moujwa. This one though, Suzanne Moujwa, 13th of August, 1894 in Paris. And then she died on the 4th of April, 1977 in also in Montmorency, France. So she lived to be in her 80s, but I don't see anything. I'm tempted to.
Here's somebody that's named Germaine Antoinette Suzanne Muga. Muga.
Right, but is the
That is a
birthday the
French
right?
name.
Because I see it's not
No,
that
it's
that
that
uncommon
person
a
was
name.
born in 1906.
Yeah, it's not that uncommon of a name.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You could look up the the history of the last name. Like,
but this has to be her because the birthday is right,
mhm,
and the I mean, I guess there could have been someone else named Suzanne Mouvois born in Paris on that day, but
yeah. Like,
I'm
look at the
tempted, like,
origin of the
super
last
tempted
name.
to, I might end up subscribing to Ancestry so I can research her a little more.
That would be interesting. I would look up the like, read about the history of the last name too, that might come up with some interest.
Yeah. Yeah. I would I would, and a lot of her info is going to be in French, of course, which I will have a hard time understanding.
If you're on Google Chrome, Chrome has like, if you open up a website that's written in another language, it'll pop up a box that'll ask, ask if you wanna
Deborah says we
translate
should
it.
name her. I should make her last name Mouse.
Hmm,
Oh, I wonder what the word means.
that's what I was trying to find out, but
Let's see.
I can't find it.
It doesn't mean anything, I don't think. It's just a last name like Grimes or something. It doesn't mean anything.
Mhm.
It just translates to the same word in English.
Mhm.
Um, I think. Let me try. Okay, this can be translated from French to English, and the word is bourgeois. Yeah, it just translates to the exact same word. Oh, but I'm in. Okay, in English, it's pronounced Mougeot.
Yeah, because we don't have a "wa" like, OT does not make a "wa" sound in
Yeah,
the
I well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what would her the modern girl who's American by several generations? Like, what would her
yeah,
Mougeot?
we don't often have a silent T.
Oh, this Google Translate says Moujou.
Muju.
Moujou. Yeah, it like garbles it. Like it's all squishy at the end in French, but the word doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, I think I'm going to do some research. There are a lot of, I keep seeing Quebec come up. There's a lot of, which would be not too far from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
How to pronounce Mouchoir? Is better. Mouchoir.
Hmm.
Okay, I think we're done for today, though. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thanks for listening to me talk out my story.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.